16 years into LeBron James' career, and he's still the most polarizing player in the NBA. Is he the GOAT? Is he even the best player in the league right now? Is he a detriment to his team? These questions fuel talking head shows for hours and hours. And outside of Brandon Ingram, the Lakers' recent stretch hasn't given those shows any reason for optimism. The Lakers are 5-10 since January 19th. The only teams with worse records in that time are Memphis, New York, and Phoenix. After the All-Star break, the Lakers are just 2-2 with losses to New Orleans without Anthony Davis and Memphis without a reason to play. And that's after LeBron said he's activated playoff mode. LeBron's offense isn't going anywhere. Since he's been activated, he's averaging 28.3 points, 9.3 rebounds, 9.8 assists, 2.5 steals, shooting just under 50% from the field and just over 30% from three. But 58.8% from the free throw line. But if you're a Lakers player shooting well from the free throw line, please raise your hand. People are saying a ton of things about LeBron, but one thing that everyone seems to agree with is LeBron is not playing any defense.
The LeBron footage last night, he's just become that guy in pickup who you're like, dude, I'm trying to stay in the court here. Are you going to guard anybody? What are you doing? The passive-aggressive body language and the shrugs and the staring for the extra second, and it's the end of Godfather 2.
I think LeBron is the biggest part of the problem right now with the Lakers. It starts with him. You're a leader. Play defense. Now, we might look at this differently and say, oh, he's playing hurt. It's amazing that he's even out there. Now, I haven't heard that spin yet. But when I watched the Lakers the other night, LeBron he's a liability on defense.
The version of LeBron that we're seeing right now defensively is basically the same version that we saw in the first 5 or 10 games of the season, which was basically IDGAF.
LeBron was even asked about his lack of defense by Chris Haynes in an article for Yahoo Sports. LeBron said, every team has the right if they want to single me out defensively. Come on with it. Hey, listen, come on with it. Every team has the right to be like, oh, Bron's over there. Hey, just come on with it. We'll see what happens. So let's see what has happened. Is LeBron's defense as bad as everyone says? Is he not fully back from injury? Is he just not trying? Or is he just on the decline? Welcome to the Free Dawkins channel. I'm Nick Angstead, and let's break down LeBron James' defense as the Lakers try and make a run at the playoffs. Before we break down the film, let's look at what the numbers say. For the full season, Synergy Stats says that LeBron is still a good defensive player. Synergy rates players on different aspects of their defense with a rating system that ranges from poor to excellent. LeBron James ranks good defending spot-up shots, excellent against ball handlers in the pick and roll, good against isolation plays, excellent against handoff plays, very good against post-ups, and just average against plays coming off of an off-ball screen. Now, Synergy can't be confined to a certain length of time, but NBA.com has matchup data that tracks a player defending on each possession. Since LeBron has activated playoff mode, he's defended 343 possessions, and players are shooting 43% against him and 38.5% from three. LeBron has also forced 13 turnovers and only fouled twice. The field goal percentage isn't terrible, the forced turnovers are decent, but the three-point percentage is bad, and the fouls committed leave me very skeptical. So let's take a look at the film. In a lot of these clips and plays people are talking about, he's just standing around, and that's a product of his matchup. LeBron is consistently guarding low-usage catch-and-shoot players like Marcus Morris, Marcus Smart, PJ Tucker, Stanley Johnson, and even players you may never heard of like Bruno Caboclo, Ivan Rabb, and Kenrich Williams. So he's not required to do a whole lot, and he also benefits from what I call an intimidation factor. Players still frequently pass on trying to attack LeBron. Maybe they would have made the same play against any other player, but you have to think some of these guys still believe LeBron is LeBron. But there are still teams like the Celtics and Rockets that try and seek out and attack LeBron with Kyrie and Harden. LeBron has still shown some solid defensive plays. One-on-one in the post, he can still hold his own against even bigger guys like Al Horford, Jonas Valanciunas, and Domantas Sabonis. And he still closes out from time to time. And he's third in the NBA in steals per game after the All-Star break. He can still anticipate and come away with the ball from time to time. And then there was that game-sealing charge against the Rockets, and on the referee's last 2-minute report, they concluded that this charge was a correct call. Since this Lakers team is so disjointed right now, there are a ton of plays where someone will miscommunicate on a switch or something, and it makes LeBron or someone else look bad. Even though LeBron is still a decent post defender one-on-one, that doesn't mean he's a rim protector, and he never really has been. And the Lakers frequently play with very small ball lineups to force LeBron or Kyle Kuzma to defend the rim. And of course, LeBron's getting ready to move on to life after basketball, so he's still making a few business decisions. And now, the moment all of you LeBron haters have been waiting for. Here are all the plays where LeBron is playing bad or questionable defense. When LeBron spends most of his time guarding players that don't do a lot, it leaves room for him to be ball watching or just lose track of his man. Or sometimes he'll half-heartedly try to help on someone and leave his man in the process. And then there are plays like this, where Kuzma obviously isn't switching and LeBron just kind of ignores it. LeBron is also frequently late getting back and late on help defense. And the effort issue continues with box outs, closeouts, and contesting shots too. Or when he probably should switch and he decides not to. And finally, here are the plays that just prove that he might not have it anymore. And some of these are just bad decisions, but then there's others where he's just getting straight up beat. Ultimately, LeBron's defense may make or break the Lakers' run back into the playoffs, and if they're going to play these super small lineups, he has to be effective on the defensive end. And if he's going to keep defending the way he has the last few games, it might be the first time since 2005 that his playoff mode will be deactivated before the playoffs even start. Comment below if you think the Lakers will still make the playoffs. They have 21 games left to make it happen, and as of right now, they're still a few games back from the 8th seed. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to the free Dawkins channel for more breakdowns like this, and of course, the best NBA highlights on the internet. And you can follow Dawkins on Twitter @DawkinsMTA and me @NickVanExit. Thanks for watching. Boom.